Hello and welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. We're going to get into some Kate Money Martin in just a moment, because I have to tell you, I am super impressed with what she brings to the table. But before we do that, let's just do an overview of Unrivaled Friday night overall, first two games. Second game is when Kate Martin played, and we'll get down to some stuff. But let's talk about the first game. The first game was a matchup I was calling the Battle of the Defeateds. And the reason why I called it that is because both teams had not yet won a game. So it starts out with the Phantom versus the Mist. Like I said, the battle of the undefeateds. And the thing about it is, somebody was going to get a win by the time that game was over. And that team was Phantom, who defeated the Mist 74-69. So now Phantom has a win, and the Mist still does not have a win. What the Mist does have is a Nalissa back from China after supposedly having an ankle injury, and Dejanay Carrington having some injury. And so she didn't play. And so they signed Nalissa Smith as a relief player. And she went out there, scored 2 points off that same spin move that she does, that we see with when she's playing with the Fever. You know who should be working out with Lisa Leslie too? Nalissa Smith. But anyway, she got her 2 points, and the Phantom won and beat Nalissa Smith and the Mist. The Mist is also without Jewel Lloyd. I have to just we always have fun in the live streams, but the game wasn't particularly exciting for me. I was kind of ready for it to be over and get to the battle of the undefeateds. But I do want to say Satou Sabally busted out with 29 points. And that was important because Satou hadn't found her groove on three in the 3-on-3 league. And I did a video about this recently because people were saying, oh man, she's hurting herself as far as trade value and all this stuff. And I'm like, yo, just wait. It's going to be okay. Well, she said, yeah, okay, it's okay, because I'm busting out for 29 points. And her teammate, Brittany Griner, also had 29 points. And Brittany Griner had the game winner over Nalissa Smith for that victory. Katie Lou looked better. Katie Lou with some give and go, some layups. She had 6 points. And I was like, okay, Katie Lou, we see you. All right. So there was that, and that was the Phantom. And then the Mist, Rickea Jackson hadn't really found her groove, but she also did on Friday night. She ended up with 24 points. And then you had Brianna Stewart, who had 27 points. And so that still wasn't enough for the Mist, who still has not won a game. And so today, on Saturday evening, I'm planning, if all goes well, to go live again. And it's again the battle of the defeateds, because the Mist will take on the Rose. And remember, the Rose has Lexi Hall, has Angel Reese. Well, that team hasn't won a game either. So again, we have the battle of the defeateds. So now let's get into the second game, which was so much more interesting and a faster pace. It was just a better game. So like I said, during the live streams, we have a good time regardless, but we really had a good time during the second game. In that game, again, the battle of the undefeateds. At that point, right? Somebody's going to lose. So somebody's not going to be undefeated anymore. And that somebody, Vinyl lost to the Laces 79-83. The Vinyl has Aaliyah Boston, Ray Burrell, Jordan Canada, Enrique Agumbawale, Ryan Howard, Dearica Hamby. and Hamby led the way with 18 points for the Vinyl. Now, going into the game, I said I thought the Vinyl would be the ones to emerge with the undefeated record intact. I was wrong. So even though Hamby had 18, Ryan Howard had 16, Enrique had 16, Jordan Canada had 14, Ray Burrell had 11, and Leah Boston with 4, it wasn't enough. They lost to the Laces, where Tiffany Hayes went off for 26. She went off for 26. Okay. Kayla McBride, 22. Alyssa Thomas, 14. Stephanie Dolson, 10. Kate Martin, 11. So everybody in double digits. And Jackie Young did not play. She's injured. So the Laces not now, they've been undefeated and they continue to be undefeated. So on Saturday, today, again, we're going to have the Mist and the Rose, the battle of the defeated still. And then you're going to have the Lunar Owls, also undefeated still, along with the Laces. And the Lunar Owls will take on the Phantom, who managed to beat the Mist yesterday. And the Lunar Owls, I'm just going to tell you, is going to take care of Phantom easily. Now let's get into Kate Money Martin. At one point in the game, she took a shot, and I said during the live stream, Kate Martin shoots the ball without a conscience. So what do I mean? This young woman is out there playing basketball with incredible confidence, whether it's on the defensive end, whether it's driving to the basket, whether it's shooting the jump shot, whether it's dishing for an assist. No conscience, I said last night at one point. Now, sometimes a player might play like they've got no conscience, and it might not be a good thing all the time. We say that about Enrique. Enrique can play with no conscience, right? And she's enjoyable to watch. Sometimes, whether it's Enrique or someone else, you're like, okay, you need a little bit of a conscience here. But with Kate Martin, it's a good thing, because she spent much of her rookie season riding the bench where Becky Hammon deposited her. Now in Unrivaled, listen, she's not backing down from anybody. She's not backing down. She's going to bring it to you on the defensive end. She's going to drive it to the basket. There's one clip I'm about to show you that she just took it to Dearica Hamby. And if you know Dearica Hamby, listen, Dearica Hamby is no joke. Dearica Hamby comes and she brings it. I love her game as well. I love her confidence as well. But Kate Martin says, I don't care. I ain't got no conscience. I'm going to play basketball. And I like that because of what her year was like under Becky Hammon. She's the kind of player you gotta love. If as a coach, and I coached on a lower level, you love the player who's going to give you everything they've got. They are going to be intense. They're going to be positive. They're going to work hard. They're going to do a whole lot of things. And a lot of what they do never, ever shows up on the stat sheet. They're still taking care of business constantly. I'm sure I'm not surprised that the Aces took to her right away. The players seem to love her from the beginning. She just brings it. And her playing with no conscience, her not playing like second fiddle, her being aggressive, her being just like, hey, I belong here, is going to be a beautiful thing when she shows up to play for the Golden State Valkyries. They have to be excited that she's playing without a conscience. And I'm not suggesting that Kate Martin is just going to try to ball hog and all that. I'm not saying, that's not what I mean when I say that. I'm saying she's not holding back. She knows I'm a professional basketball player. I deserve to be here as much as anybody else. And I am going to leave it all out on the court. And it's working because her team has not lost a game yet. Telling you, Golden State, they're excited about what they're seeing from Kate Martin, and so are we. Kate Martin played 11 minutes. She went 5 for 11 from field goals. 3-pointers, not so much, 1 for 5. But she had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 4 personal fouls, which in this case, hey, it shows that she's being aggressive and she's not playing timid. So, hey, I'll take it here in this 3-on-3 league. Now, let's take a look at some highlights from Kate Martin, where she does a little bit of everything. Check it out.
Kate Martin, she did commit the foul, but she took a tumble. Glad to see all
being able to handle, and a player like Alyssa Thomas that can feed you from anywhere certainly helps.
Martin on the draw. Canada is denied. Martin dashing the other way.
Because I just feel like she coming out.
She just split the defense on that. Aaliyah Boston right there. Ryan Howard right there. Kate Martin says, I'm going to split y'all and go all the way.
Martin dashing the other way.
Because I just feel like she coming out here. She confident. We don't really get to see much of her.
Kate Martin with the steal. And you hear Courtney Williams. Courtney Williams plays for the Lunar Owls, and they had her over on the side for a while and kind of helping to call the game. And one time she said, she's watching her and she's like, this kid, she said, this is what she said, this kid can play. You know what? A lot of these players probably haven't seen Kate Martin because, during the season, they're playing their own games and stuff. And, Kate Martin's riding the bench. She's looking at Kate Martin. At one point, she's like, this kid can play ball. And here she is with the steal. We back that up again. Gets that steal.
We don't really get to see much of her. Fresh with her, man. I get it. Look, I spoke her up.
Aaliyah Boston again. Kate Martin took her right off the dribble.
To lock in on your skills, right? Because it's like you got to take pride in your defense. You got to figure out your opening.
Kate Martin with the assist. Hey, she's doing a lot.
I think it just makes it so exciting to put people on the edge of their seats when it's game time. And it's kind of like, who's going to get that bucket? That is.
Leading the league in rebounding, assists, and steals. Martin. Yep.
Aaliyah Boston again. Somehow they keep ending up. Vinyl keeps ending up with a big on Kate Martin. And she just said, now she can take Aaliyah Boston off the dribble. I believe we already saw it. She said, yeah, you know what? I mean, let me show you what else I got in this here bag.
Assists and steals. Martin. Yep.
Money Martin with the step back. I found that compilation of Kate Martin highlights on Women's Hoops Network on X. Let's listen to what Kate Martin says in the post-game interview with her coach about that confidence I just mentioned. I found this on Moro Sports Media on X.
You're getting your flowers here, and people are recognizing your game and how it fits into this format.
Well, that's much appreciated. But I don't know. I've always had confidence in myself of knowing the type of player that I am. But also it's fun because it's 3-on-3 and it's meant to be fun. This is meant to really enjoy the time with your teammates, and like you don't play with these people in the WNBA season, so it makes it really fun getting to know everybody. And also is like, because it's so fun, it's just going out there and playing free, and that'll do wonders for a basketball player and any athlete, is being able to go out there and play free. So I've really just been trying to do that, and that's thanks to this guy to my right, and then all of my teammates for believing in me too. Is like they believe in me so much, so that helps. And more than anything, it's just going out there and showing what you've worked on for your whole life, and so it's fun.
I really like what she said right there, because that's the difference in coaches many times. She talked about fun. She said, I have confidence. I've always had confidence. And she also talked about having the freedom to play. And I know this is 3-on-3. It's not standard basketball. But when you know that you've got a freedom to do what you do, to exhibit what you've been working on, it makes a huge difference. And I believe, even though it's 3-on-3, that confidence, that fun, that no conscience Kate, maybe that should be her nickname now, no conscience Kate, in a good way, that I believe can translate when she gets with the Valkyries. So they've got to be excited about what she brings to the table. I believe they are. Please let us know what you think in the comments, respectfully, of course. I have to say that because, every once in a while, one or two people come in and they just, they forgot what their mama taught them about respect. So you got to remind folks. So leave your comments respectfully, please. And I will catch you next time, God willing. Oh, let's remember the obligatory. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. It's so appreciated. And I will catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.